every success was preceded by a process. Like every success that we ever have in life is preceded by a process. You know, if you've lost weight, it's because you set up a process. You put your gym clothes, you know, next to the bed, so you stumbled over them and you had to go to the gym. You cleaned out the refrigerator. You put your healthy food on auto delivery. Whatever you did, like to lose weight, there was a process, right? To have business success, there was a process. To commit to making the daily connection calls of lead generation and building relationships, there's a process, right? I have my calendar reminder, then I have my time blocked out, then I have my call sheet, then I have myself, like there's a process for everything that creates success. But as founders or visionaries or business owners or whatever you want to call it, like we suck at implementing the processes. It's really a dilemma. So maybe this is where you describe to us what, and I think this comes from the book, Rocket Fuel Rocket Fuel, the visionary versus the integrator. Can you explain who's the visionary, who's the integrator, and why this creates a dynamic where Susan's business exists?
And visionaries, they're amazing people. They're the entrepreneurs of the world. You're absolutely right, Scott. This does come from Rocket Fuel. It comes from the basis of the EOS model, an entrepreneurial operating system. Great system. We talk about I say we. I'm putting myself in the COO seat. I know I sit as a founder of my own company, but I am a COO at heart. I don't like to be out front. I like to just get the stuff done for my clients.
Right.
Right. Ultimately, the visionary is that big idea person and the one that's going to drop a new idea about every 10 minutes. Mm. And Scott, can I tell you that 90% of them will be crap?
Yes. We have a whole parking lot of notes that are probably crap that never come back into my head again, where like Annie will tell me sometimes, she's like, hey, I got a bunch of stuff to follow up with you on. I'm like, all right, cool, go for it. And she's like, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm like, yeah, all of those suck. Just don't worry about it. We'll get to those at some later date. Like we have no time or energy to implement those or do those projects. She's like, okay. And I'm like, but just keep writing them down, because eventually there's going to be a golden nugget in there that we are going to work on. But yeah, all that stuff I gave you, that's crap. Just don't worry about it. So you're right. 90% of the visionary ideas are crap.
And without that operations manager and COO in between you and the team is running in every direction because they heard the last idea and they're trying to execute it for you.
Right.
And they're like, oh, what do you mean you switched the idea 5 minutes ago? I didn't know that. I was still working on that.
Right.
And like, oh no. So the integrator, a good integrator will come in, and first it's all about the fit. And you and I talked about this when you met Bob. It is all about making sure you have a good visionary integrator fit, right? If you have the wrong integrator, the wrong COO, the wrong second in command, it's never going to work. You've got to have that click, that personality, that connection, because you're going to drop a bunch of things to them. You're going to have conversations with them that'll touch on all variety of topics. And if you don't feel you can be transparent and there's trust there, it's not going to work. The integrator will then take those ideas, and they might have a pile that says the long-term parking lot.
Yes, long-term parking lot. A lot of cars die in the long-term parking lot. They just rust out. The tires are flattened. There were shit ideas. It was like a Yugo to begin with, and then it just rotted in the parking lot.
Yes. And then we have the medium parking lot, the things that you need to do, but you don't need to do today.
Right.
Right. But the COO or the integrator will talk to you about that, understand the business priorities, because they're going to have made you go through quarterly planning, right? We're at the end of September as we record this. Quarterly planning, if I cannot say it long enough. I have a different client, and they every quarter, well, I know we have this time, but can I just shorten it by half?
Right,
no.
Right.
No, I'm going to insist that we stick to the full time, because I already cut the full time down when we did your calendar year.
Right.
And it's already too short. So no. And you have to be able to understand with the visionary integrator model that point of communication, you're going to get some no's. I know you're not going to like it as founders, but sometimes you need it in your business.